Members of the Fourth Estate, good afternoon. We are members of the ruling party, UDA, and Kenya Kwanza government. We are here to address one important matter that is happening in terms of the amendment of the Constitution to give effect of extension of the presidential term, including the members of parliament, the Senate, and the governors, as proposed by one Senator Cheralkey. So we are here because we have done consultations, and we are here to let people know that that is not a government bill. It is the bill of a private individual. The information out there is that created by this bill is like it is a government bill. We are here to state categorically that we have consulted the executive, His Excellency the President. We have consulted the Speaker and the Majority Leader of the National Assembly, and we are all in agreement that those two important institutions, the executive and the legislature, were never consulted by the mover of that bill. It is purely an individual bill, and the government has nothing to do with it. We are here to state, as you know, if this is a government bill, it normally comes through the majority leader, either in the Senate or the National Assembly. It's very unfortunate that the impression that created out there is that we are in agreement with it. Far from that, we are not. We are members of UDA, and the party has pronounced itself, the executive has pronounced itself, and us, as members of parliament, we are also pronouncing ourselves that we are not for that bill.
We are here as members of parliament representing the National Assembly, and the members present here today represent very many members of parliament who are not able to attend today's presser because they are engaged at the constituencies and many other engagements, most of which are official engagements. And we want to make it clear to the entire nation that the bill that is being discussed that emanated from the Senate, it is a privately sponsored bill by one Honorable Senator Cheralkey, member or Senator for Nandi. And we want to say categorically that members of National Assembly are not in any way involved in this bill. There is a perception that has been created amongst the public that members of parliament want to extend, or they are proposing to pass a law to extend their term from 5 years to 7 years, including that of the president, the governors, senators, and even members of the county assembly, as was advertised in the recently. And we want to make it clear, the Constitution is very clear that any bill that proposes to extend the term of the president must also go through a referendum. So Kenyans, in the unlikely event that this bill passes through the Senate, which I believe it will be a very big order or a very big task. When it comes to the National Assembly, if it will ever see its light and come to the National Assembly, I want to hereby confirm that after consultation with as many members of parliament they've said that it will be dead on arrival. So this is not something that will even see the light. It will not even find its way to the referendum because it will definitely fail within Parliament, either at the Senate or at the National Assembly. So as we are concerned about passing laws that are beneficial to the citizens of this country, and there are so many bills that are coming from private members, and the other many bills that are coming from the executive, including the coffee bill, which after the short recess we will resume and conclude upon, including the cooperatives bill, which will sanitize the sector of cooperatives in this Kenya, which has been a problem for a long time, and many other bills that are beneficial to this country. So we are committed as members of Parliament to the citizens of this country to pass laws that are beneficial, but not laws that are selfish. So we take that proposal from an individual senator as a selfish and non-consultative bill that has found its way in the Senate. And I would urge all the citizens of this country, and even the media, should they find any issue with that bill, they should direct their questions to the individual member who is the sponsor of the bill, that is Honorable Cheralkey, and not to the entire membership of the Parliament, because most of us, actually all of us, are not concerned except himself. And he will be able to answer any question to any Kenyan about the bill and be able to justify, if any, why he came up with such a bill. So we disassociate ourselves, we distance ourselves from that bill, and we are ready to serve Kenyans on more beneficial sectors and spheres that can bring more benefits to the Kenyans.
Na hususan tumekuja hapa kwa sababu ya mswada ambao uko mbele ya bunge la Seneti kuhusu kuongeza muda wa kuhudumu kwa wale ambao wamechaguliwa kwa nyadhifa mbalimbali za kisiasa, ikiwemo rais na naibu wake, gavana, seneta, wabunge na wale ambao ni wawakilishi wodi. Hoja hii imetokana na mtu mmoja ambaye yeye ameitafuta, ana sababu zake kibinafsi, ilivyo haki katika sheria, ana haki zake. Lakini isiwe kwamba isieleweke na Wakenya kwamba sisi wabunge wa National Assembly, bunge la kitaifa, kwamba tunahusiana kwa namna yoyote na jambo hili. Na vile vile pia executive ambaye inaongozwa na Mheshimiwa Rais William Samoei Ruto hajapeana maagizo ya aina hii. Hiyo inamaanisha kwamba mswada huu sio mswada ambao ni mswada unasukumwa na executive. Ni mswada wa mbunge wa seneti ambaye anafanya kwa minajili yake peke yake. Kenya hii, wananchi wa Kenya wana shida nyingi sana. Matatizo ambayo yako katika nchi hii ni mengi ambayo yanatupasa sisi ambao tumechaguliwa kuyatatua. Sio kutatua au kuongeza mambo ambayo yanatufaidi sisi. Ikiwa umechaguliwa miaka 5 haukuweza kufanya lolote, hata ukipewa miaka 7 hautaweza kufanya jambo lolote. Mfano tu ni wape mfano sasa hivi. Tuna matatizo ambayo yanaendelea katika eneo la Kuria East na Kilgoris. Ni jambo ambalo linaua watu wanakufa. Sasa mbunge kama mimi, akili yangu itakuwa imepotoka kiasi gani kuja kupatiana kuunga mkono mswada wa kujinufaisha mimi, ni kwamba niendelee kuhudumu miaka 7 na ile hali watu wangu wanakufa. Mambo ambayo yako mbele ya nchi hii, ikiwemo gharama ya maisha, ikiwemo gharama ya kufanya mambo mengi, ikiwemo shifu na shafu ambayo inatakana ielezo nchi iweze kueleweka vizuri. Hayo ndio mambo ambayo wabunge ambao wamechaguliwa na kula mshahara wanahitaji kuyajadili. Lakini sio kuongeza miaka ya kuhudumu kwa ajili ya kujipendekeza sisi au kujifaidi sisi. Kwa hivyo kwa ufupi tu, tunasema kwamba mambo ambayo yanaendelea katika nchi hii yanayohitaji attention ya Mheshimiwa Rais ni mengi sana, na haijumuishwi na hii ya kujiongezea muda. Mtu ambaye anataka kujiongezea muda basi ataleta hiyo mambo kama alivyosema mwenzangu, ikifika katika bunge la kitaifa hiyo tutaiangusha, na ikiwa itakuwa imetushinda, nyinyi wananchi mtusaidie muipige chini katika referendum, kwa sababu haina faida kwenu, haina faida kwenu.
Matters of to do with extending term limit, our party, which is UDA, has pronounced itself that it does not support the term limit extension. Our party leader, who is the President of the Republic of Kenya, has pronounced himself through a Facebook post and a tweet that he doesn't support the idea of extending term limit. As member of parliament and as leaders of Kenya Kwanza and UDA, we have come here to pronounce ourselves that we don't have time for term extension limit. We have time to help the country and help the president to support the shift work, to support the economy, and to be able to move motions and bills that can be able to be of great progress to this great country of ours. Every other member or every other citizen has a right to come up with his bills or his motions. And I think the member of Nandi came up with the motion and the bill by his own personal right and democratic right to do so. But it should not be directed or confused to mean that it is Kenya Kwanza, it is the region I come from, which you come from, or it is the government. The bill is a private member, and the member should be asked question directly, not the party, not us the leaders, or any other person. We don't all brief for Senator Cheralkey. Any question, the media should ask him, because he's the mover of the bill and he knows his reason. But us, we don't support, and we'll demonstrate in the floor of the House when, if it gets there, if it is likely to pass Senate and get to Parliament, we will shoot it down. But there is many bills which come out in this country. Members support through members, through individual members, through members, but they never see the light of the day, and media doesn't give the traction they are giving this one. Maybe it could be the issue of trust deficit Kenyans have, that maybe this perhaps Cheralkey speaks for someone or some leaders. To be clear to you is that Cheralkey speaks for himself, and if you have any question pertaining that, ask Cheralkey, because he speaks for himself, and on that bill he speaks for himself. Us as Kenyans, leaders of Kenya Kwanza and UDA, we don't support, we don't associate with it, because even if you are given 5 years and you don't make use of the 5 years, even if you are given 15, 20 years, you still don't make use of it. As leaders, we are comfortable with the Kenyan system and the election system of every 5 years, so that voters get the right to reevaluate their leaders and to see what the leaders are doing after each and every 5 years. Thank you very much, and we want to tell you we don't associate. It is as dead as dodo. It will not go anywhere. It will never see the light of the day. If you have questions about the same, ask Senator Cheralkey. If you have questions about Shiv Shah, you can find time to ask us, because that is what we are here to help the country move forward and to help Kenyans. Thank you.
When we came in, we knew that we have a term of 5 years, and that is what we prepared for, because even amongst us there are people who have their own plans, further plans. People are planning, some of them are planning to go and vie for governor seats, others are planning to become the CSs, others are planning to retire from politics, others are planning to do other things. So the 5-term limit for us is enough, and we are comfortable with the 5-term limit, and we are not intending to extend the term limit. So as all my members have said here, the bill has been brought by an individual, and we would wish that that individual be responsible for anything, any question, anything that you people would wish to ask, because he's the mover of the bill, and he has reasons as to why he has come up with such a bill. But us as members of parliament, we are comfortable with the 5-term limit that we were given, and we want to distance ourselves with the extension of term limit. Thank you.
On behalf of my colleague women leaders, we are here to confirm that we have no association with the extension of the 7-year term limit. And this is to let you know, as women leaders, we know the challenges our country is facing. And I believe an extension of the term limit is not one of them, and it is not one of our priorities. So we are here to confirm that the bill is an individual member's bill, and we hope, and we are really requesting the further state, that in future, give our bills as equal importance as you are giving this one. I remember tabling a motion on the cost of electricity. I don't remember it getting this much publicity. But the bills that are non-essential to Kenyans are the ones you're giving a lot of limelight. They are the ones you're appreciating, yet our Kenyans have a lot of problems. So I would want to confirm we are disassociating ourselves from this bill, And when it comes to parliament, you can be assured it is not going to get support. And personally, I'm not going to support it on behalf of myself and on behalf of the people of Laikipia County. We came in knowing we had a 5-year term. And it's in that 5-year term that we are going to work for our people and prove to them that they did not make a mistake when they elected us to serve them. Thank you.
Money for referendum? Yes, I'm saying there is no money to conduct referendums. We have more problems to deal with as Kenyan than to spend money on referendum to hand additional terms for anybody in this country. So we want to tell Kenyans and Cheralkey, the mover, including the Senate itself, they need to be considerate when they are trying to push some bills that have financial implications. The Kenyan economy is struggling, so I don't think whether is anybody sane enough who can say this bill proceeds to the referendum. You know the cost of referendum. So good people, Kenya is on a cruising in terms of development initiatives, and that's what we need to focus on, not the issues of referendum. And particularly referendum that have been moved by individual for whatever reason that he has not explained to Kenyans. And I would like to ask the leadership of the Senate, some bills that we are seeing coming through the Senate, they need to be scrutinized properly. We have seen some bills like the rice bill. I don't know, is another one trying to come up? Please, let's be sensitive, because they do certain things and the members of Parliament, National Assembly, they are being blamed on some of these things. We are having conflicting interests between the Senate and the National Assembly, which should not be the case. We are supposed to be working in tandem in terms of the views that are of importance to Kenyans, not self-interest, which we are associating with this specific bill. Thank you very much.
To disassociate myself and the Parliament with the bill that is tailored by Honorable Cheralkey. Kenya got its independence in 1963, and since then we have been going for elections after every 5 years, unless in 1982 when we had a snap election. This one is in our constitution. It was affirmed in the 2010 constitution. Only Cheralkey thought that he is coming up with a popular bill. Since now you have realized this is a very unpopular bill, I do urge you, Mheshimiwa, to drop that bill forthwith, because I believe that this will not see the light of the day. Kenyans have other issues to look at, to think about, other than thinking about selfish individual interests like the bill that has been brought by Mheshimiwa Cheralkey. Thank you.